As life goes on, I'm starting to learn more and more about responsibility. And I realize that everything I do is affecting the people around me. So I want to take this time out to apologize for things that I've done and things that haven't occurred yet, and things that they don't want to take responsibility for.
Hello and good morning, everybody. I am Jarrett Wilson, and this is The Dying Breed. This is my podcast where I pretty much share my opinions and my views on anything, really. You are free to listen to it, or you're free to shut this off right now. Go outside and have a wonderful day. That's okay. I don't really expect this to go anywhere, but if it does, that's fantastic. If not, that's okay too. I'm going to have a wonderful time doing this. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Black History Month and why I don't give it much thought. I understand that Black history is a big deal to many people, and I already learned about the famous Black people in history, and I have no problems with anything. I don't want to be called a racist, but I would like to point out that in terms of slavery in America, yes, it was a bad thing, but a lot of people don't understand that in the 1500s off the coast of Africa, North Africa to be more specific, there was a white slave trade. Now, this happened for about 300 years, and this is where whites from Europe were sold as slaves in a black area, North Africa. And it wasn't until 1619 that slaves from the black ethnicity started being sold as slaves in America. Now, where I stand on this is I think it's quite interesting because a lot of blacks seem to give whites a hard time in America for something that happened hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And I can understand their point of view. I would be upset too. But they do often forget that whites were sold as slaves way before blacks were ever sold. And it was in Jamestown, Virginia, where 19 slaves were brought in. Some of the slaves were even allowed to be baptized. That's for you to open as interpretation. I am glad that there is no more slavery, at least in most industrialized countries. I'm not sure about other countries. I can't really speak for the other 200 and something, but I can tell you that I am glad that liberation has come and everybody is free and everybody has the same equality now for the most part. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was an argument I hear a lot when discussing immigration. Now, my stances on immigration are a little more abrupt, if you will. I believe that America or any country who has immigration laws have instigated and put in place these laws for a reason, and there is some financial points to this argument, but I believe that if you put a law into an effect, especially as border control goes, that you should follow whatever country's laws there are. So if you're going to Mexico or Costa Rica, you should pretty much follow their immigration laws. I think it's pretty simple as just doing the right thing. Now, I understand that the situation isn't always the same for other countries seeking asylum or refuge. Now, that's different. That's seeking asylum or refugee status. That is completely a different subject from normal immigration altogether. But the argument I get a lot is if America is so bad, why does everybody come here? Now, I'd like to address that by referring to the immigration statistics provided by, well, whoever does the statistics. And 14% of our immigration comes from Mexico. The 7.2% come from China, and 6.9% India, with a 5.5% coming from the Philippines. And of course, you have the 4.2 coming from the Dominican Republic. I'd like to point out that the majority of these are not very advanced countries. India, the Philippines, Dominican Republic, and Mexico, China, depending on where you're coming from, aren't exactly as industrialized and as advanced as America is. America is one of the industrialized countries, and where I stand on this is that, yes, if you think America is great, I can understand that. And with such high immigrations, I can understand your point of view. You think that, well, a lot of people coming here, it must be a great place. But you got to consider a little bit further ahead. Where are they coming from? Are they coming from countries that are even better? Or equal with yours. And if you think Mexico is equal with the United States, or the Philippines is equal with the United States on industrializations, jobs, healthcare, then I think you need to relook at your stance. So I don't think that America is great at all in terms of their economic stance in general. And according to Germany migration reports, it shows that many people are coming from America to seek citizenship in Germany. Now that's fascinating because a lot of people are thinking that, like I said before, that America's so great and everybody's going there. But the people that are coming to America are from countries that aren't doing as hot, so to speak. So those are the things that I wanted to talk to you about today, and I hope that you find this at least mildly amusing, and I hope that I have brought something to your attention, like the Barbary slave trade in Barbary coast of North Africa, because I didn't know that before I found that out, and I hope that I kind of opened your mind a little and taught you something that you didn't know before. And if you did know, well, that's fantastic. I'm not a history buff, but I did find that interesting. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll probably make another podcast later, see if there's something else that might open your mind. So have a wonderful day.